Hey guys, I hope all of you can hear me. I hope this time the camera angle is right. I'm not really sure about it, so I'll just go and check in the live section right now on our Facebook page. Okay, it's not correct. Okay, let me just try to do it this way because it seems like it's not going to go horizontal no matter how hard I try. Okay, so this seems to be okay, I guess. Hello everyone. So yeah, it is properly zoomed in, and yeah, so is this camera angle fine for everyone? Okay, perfect. So I'm so sorry guys, I tried really hard for this to go horizontal, but it didn't seem to work that way, so we're gonna get started. So let's wait for a couple of more minutes so other people can join. So we have a lot of people joining from different countries, so welcome everyone. I'm really excited to have you all here, and this is my second live video with Prima, so I'm really very excited about that. And I really hope you all will enjoy. So we have people from Pakistan, we have people from India, we have people from South Africa, so that's really exciting. So yeah, we're going to do this live video today, and today I will be teaching you all how to make this beautiful card, and it has basically a hot air balloon on top, basically a 3D object. So I'll teach you all how to make this 3D object. It is simple, very simple process. You guys will be just surprised at how easy it is to make this card. So hi everyone, hi Tanya, and I'm so excited that you guys are here. So let's wait for maybe like 2-3 more minutes, and then we can get started. So let's go over the product list. For this particular card, I'm gonna be using our latest collection, which is Autumn Sunset. This is how our collection looks like. It's a beautiful collection by Frank Garcia, and I simply love each and every sheet which is there in this collection. So perfect for fall season, and given I live in Chicago, fall hits our city pretty early. We get very less summer, so yeah, this collection perfectly goes well with the weather. So this is a collection which we'll be using at the base. Along with that, I'll be using tons of Prima flowers, which I have in, I wanted to use shades of brown, so I have all my Prima flowers in one basket, basically which are from the same color family. That's how I organize my cards. Sorry, that's how I organize my flowers. So I have all my browns in this one. Then the color which I use the most, which is pink, I keep all my pinks in another basket, which is this one. And then we have another one in which I keep all these leaves and sprays and everything. So for these leaves, a very quick tip which I want to give you all. So I kind of made these leaves into a bendable sort of a thing, like you can bend it, and gave it a structure. So the way I did it was, so these are Prima leaves. They are super pretty. And so what I did was that I took the leaf and I added some glue gun on it, hot glue on it. And after that, I added this wire. This is a floral wire which you can get in any of the craft stores, and then just simply stuck it like this. So once it was dry, my leaves, they kind of became bendable, like I could give more shape to it. So that's how I did it. So it's very interesting technique, and it can actually add a lot of definition to your project. So instead of putting your leaf flat like this, it's always nice to curve it a little and add it to your project. So this is one quick tip which I thought I should give you guys. as we were talking about how I organize my flowers and everything. So here we have everything ready, and let's get started now. I think we have a lot of people here now, so let's get started with the whole process. So yeah, let me just keep all of this away from my table. Okay, so for first, what we are going to do is going to make our hot air balloon. So the process is very simple. What I did, that I went on Google and I typed hot air balloon template or a hot air balloon outline. So in results, I got tons of these outline images, and I picked one of them, and then on my sheet I traced it and I cut these small balloons. Like, so we will be needing about 7 of those. So we have 4, 5, 6 and 7. Yeah, so I have 2 more extra which we can use later if you want to. So then right after that, what we are going to do is de-stress the edges, and this step is very important. Oh yeah, like as Sharon said, you can use Silhouette to cut your template. It's very easy to import and cut it through Silhouette machine. And then or you can even use a die if you have a die cut, like hot air balloon. I think many companies, they have hot air balloon dies. So then right after that, what you're going to do is just add a little bit of color on the edges. And what I do usually is that I de-stress the edges. It's very important to de-stress the edges because it kind of helps in blending the whole composition. It's very important to blend the whole composition. You wouldn't want anything to look very distinct. Like, it should not like pop out. Like, everything should just blend in properly. So I kind of feel de-stressing the edges really helps in balancing out everything. So I'm gonna just simply de-stress all my balloons, and so this is a fun process. I really like de-stressing. It's very therapeutic for me, and I do a lot of de-stressing in my projects. So we are using Autumn Sunset for this particular layout, this particular card which I'm going to be teaching. So now the next step would be basically folding your hot air balloon into half. Okay, so very simple. Just press it like this right in the center. Make sure that you do it as cleanly as possible. You wouldn't want both the sides to be, misaligned. Like, just make sure that you're exactly folding it at the center, because that gives you a cleaner balloon. So this is done. I'm gonna do the same thing to 6 of these. Actually 5 of these, not 6. The last one is going to be the base on which we are going to be sticking our small pieces. So here we have okay, so I have 3 of them ready. Okay, so we have 4 of these ready. Now let's do our 5th one. And I'm trying to do it as cleanly as possible because I really don't want misaligned edges, and your balloon would look perfect when you basically stick it. So basically this part you don't want to broaden it out because kind of balances the whole structure. So that is why I'm making sure that I am folding it properly. So here we have. These are ready, and now let's get started with the process of sticking. First things first, we're gonna stick 2 pieces like this on the base, and then we'll start building up our balloon from here. And so I'm gonna be using my tape glider, advanced tape glider. You can use anything, any kind of glue. It's just that I find it very convenient, so that is why I always end up using this one. We have both the sides ready. Very carefully making sure that all the edges, they align with the base one. I'm gonna stick it. Here we are. So we have a balloon, like the balloon structure. You can kind of get the idea of how we will be able to build up the entire balloon. So the next step again, it's going to be same. Add glue to both the leaves and then just stick one on each side. So okay guys, so this part is also ready. Now let's add another leaf, which is going to be this one, and one on this side. So you can see that balloon is taking taking a shape, and now we're gonna add just one in the center. I decided to add one in the center instead of 2 because I feel it is complete. Like let's see, we'll see. Let's just add guys, can you all see the show? If yes, just type. I think it okay. So it may be the internet which might have created an issue. Okay, so we have added this one to the center, and I'm still trying to figure out if we should add 2 or 1, but let's start by adding 1, and I think we can add 1 more, and this will just finish up the whole look. Here we are. Now in the end, for the last one, very simple process, just stick both of them together, and here we have a hot air balloon ready. So another thing which you guys can do is that instead of adding this as a base, you can make one more part like this, and basically keep the base intact and make one more part, and then just add it to the back. Put a string from the center, and it can be a very nice ornament for your Christmas. And I think I'm going to do this from our Christmas collection, Christmas in the Country. I'm going to use that collection and do a series of ornaments sometime. So that's a very good idea, guys, which you can do. So here we have a hot air balloon ready, and now let's start let's start putting our card together. So for that, simply I'm going to be using one of the sheets, and I'll be using this one. And usually what I do is that in all my cards I try to do as much layering as possible, because it kind of makes little small layers, they add a lot of details to projects. This is what I believe. So I'm just going to take a simple base sheet from our Spring Farmhouse collection and just add it in the background, and let's see which one we can use. We can use maybe this one. This one should be good. this collection coordinates very well with our autumn sunset collection. And so I'm gonna just cut it 6 by 6. Make sure it is at the right length. And this paper, I'm gonna cut it little smaller than the base sheet, which is 6 by 6. So this one is going to be 5 3/4 by 5 3/4. The best part about Prima collections is that you can mix all of them and they all always produce such beautiful and unique results. So here we have 5 3/4 by 5 3/4 and 6 by 6. So they both will go together like this. They'll create a beautiful effect. So before we are going to do that, let's ink our edges again. And I'm just going to take some ink in my foam and I will ink this. Here. So the inking is done. And for this one, the one which is going to go inside, like the inner one, we will be first roughening the edges or distressing the edges. So for that, I've just taken my simple de-stress tool and I am going to do it like this. You can always go with your scissors, just open it and do it like this. That will also produce the same effect in case you don't have the tool. So here we have the de-stressed edges ready, and now let's add some ink to it. Like I always say, adding ink would blend your project very nicely. Okay. Now once this is done, I will stick it together. And to stick it, very simple, I'm gonna be using my ATG glue. Okay, can everyone see my screen? I'm not sure because I don't see it properly here. Yeah, okay, so yeah, everyone can see my screen. We're gonna stick both the layers together. So we have our layer ready. Now, I never waste paper. I have this weird thing in me that I don't like wasting paper. So we had these strips as a leftover from our base sheet. So I'm gonna just simply do a de-stress on this one and add it in the center. Add as many layers as possible. It will make your project look super pretty. Perfect. So hi to everyone again. Those of you who have joined later, we are making this beautiful card which has a hot air balloon on it, and we just made this hot air balloon which will go in the center. And I hope you all will like our live video. So let's add this in the center. Okay, here we have this ready. Okay, so now once this step is done, I love adding texture, and for that what we'll do is that we'll take one of our stencils, and this is by Feneber. I think Sharon can just post the link of the exact product which I'm using here. It's a really good stencil. They're very good quality, and Finn came with really good designs last year. So Marie, for the die cut for hot air balloon, I just went to Google and I just typed hot air balloon template, and I was able to get an outline, and through that I was able to cut these pieces for balloon. You can always use your silhouette, and it's just really good. So this stencil is my favorite. She came up with a lot of stencils and they are really, really gorgeous. I'll try to show you guys some of them. So this is one of the new stencils. This is another one, and this is my favorite, guys. This is the script one. I use it the most. Sometimes I have to literally force myself to use a different stencil because I end up using this one everywhere. And then we have this one. So all of these stencils are beautifully made, and so we'll be using this one today, and I think it is called Swirly Florals, or yeah. And let's get started. So for this, I have my paper texture paste. I really love this paste. Like I like it more than the light paste because it has such a beautiful texture, and it dries quickly and it dries beautifully with a little bit of greeny effect. So for that, I will take one of my spatulas, and I'll take another tip which I would like to give you guys is that because I mean, sometimes, you know, we kind of forget to tighten the cap, and because of that the paste would dry. So I always just cut. Nowadays I try to cut only half of it so that, you know, we can retain the moisture as much as possible. So here we have, and I'm gonna just start applying this paste all over here. And make sure that you don't apply it like completely bluntly on the page. Let's just add it like at bits and bits, like just add it at different places. That will give you a very nice effect. And this thing is ready, and I'm very anal about my stencils getting spoiled. So usually I clean them right away. Usually I clean them with a lot of soap, not soap, but a lot of water. But right now I'll be using these baby wipes before I start the next. Okay, so it's pretty much clean. I'll give it a nice wash after the live is over. So we do have the base with the texture ready, and I'll just take my whole heat tool and I will dry it so that we can build a composition on top of it. So one thing which I always do, I forgot to talk about that, it was in my mind. So whatever paste is left, I just add it to the edges. So it gives a nice look, as well as I don't waste any of the, you know, texture paste or any kind of modeling paste which I'm trying to use. And we have a lot of paste from Finnair, like we have paper paste, we have plaster paste, then we have different kinds of modeling paste, light and heavy ones. So you can use any kind of paste which you want to use. So let's quickly give it a nice dry. We don't want to smudge the beautiful texture which we have achieved here. Okay, so now I think it's pretty much dry, and it will get dry whatever is not dry. So let's start composing. Let's start the composition. So I know my balloon is gonna come somewhere over here. Okay, and before we do that, let's finish the balloon. So for that, simply I'm going to take twine. It's a simple 1/8 mm twine, very fine twine. And if you're making a fun card, like something for a baby shower or something, you can use colored twine. And let's just wrap it around. Okay, and we have this as thing ready, and I'm gonna cut this here. So my hands, they get dry a lot, so I kind of just moisturize it while I'm making stuff. Okay, so just give it a too tight knot, and after that just give this a cute bow. Okay, so our bow is also ready here, and I'm going to make it a little smaller and then cut here. So once this is done, very important step, we wouldn't want this twine to come down. Just take a little bit of hot glue and add it here, and keep this aside for it to dry. And then the next thing which we'll do is, okay, so for those of you who have joined a little later, let me try to go through the process of how I made the balloon. So these are the small pieces which I cut. I simply folded them into half, and I added them in the center and kind of started building it up like this. So in the end, it gives you a very nice fan effect, and you can always convert that into an ornament, like completely do the full round, and it will be a beautiful ornament. So my paste is still not dry, and I think I'm gonna dry it again. So bear the noise of the hot tool. Okay, so we have this ready, and let's now start composing the background. And our balloon is also ready, and we're gonna put balloon something like maybe this side, yeah, something like this. So let's first compose on how we want everything to look. So this is where I'm gonna put my balloon, and let's start adding flowers. So this is one of our flowers from Autumn Sunset collection. Again, beautiful collection. It has beautiful flowers and every element, very fall-like. And so maybe I'll use this one, it will look nice, and this one. And let's get more flowers which will add a focal point to it. So this one should look good at the center, and even this is pretty. So let's see. So this is one process which is a little bit of hit and trial method, and we as artists, we all go through it. Like, it's not like, you know, we just come up with it while we are making it. We all go through the process of hit and trial when we are composing. So maybe like this, and then we can add the last one somewhere over here like this. I think the white one would look better, so I'm gonna add this here, just give it a nice finish. And so this is how I am envisioning my composition. And now let's add some leaves to it. We have some smaller flowers which we may add as fillers later, but before that process, I'm gonna be adding leaves, and for that I just need to see. So we have this beautiful spray which was part of one of our collections, and we have these small filler flowers which we can use, and then we have these bendable leaves which we can use, right? So my golden leaves, I'm trying to see if I have any more. Just bear with me for a second. The one which I have used in this one, let me just see if I have any more of those. I apologize guys, I don't have the golden leaves, so let's make it using our green leaves, and they're gonna go look equally nice. So we will be doing something like this, and let's add some more definition to it by adding more twirls and sprays and everything. And maybe we can add this flower here later. And we can add some sprays. So what I do is that I take two sprays, put one at a higher height and one at a lower height, turn them around, and then just simply hide it under one of the flowers. So this looks very nice, very filled up. I'm still contemplating about which color flower to use here. Maybe we can use this one. Yeah, this looks better. And this is the base composition of this particular card. And let's start sticking this part up, and then later we'll add more elements to it. So for this, I am first going to stick this hot air balloon, and simply use your glue gun. I use my glue gun for everything. I mean, I don't have patience for school glue or what do you call glossy accents for it to dry. I mean, I like using glue gun because it dries super quickly. This is done. Now, to make our flowers more dimensional, I have this chipboard piece which I use for a lot of my layouts as a background. I'm just gonna cut it into small pieces and stack them together so that we can make a small dimension out of it. So here we are. Okay, so we have this dimension ready, and our flower will go on top of it like this. Another one will peek through from down, so let's give it dimension but a little less than that one. So we're gonna add only two. If you guys have any questions, please feel free to ask us. Okay, just two of those stacks because we don't want them to be at the same height, and this way this flower will peek inside this one beautifully. And now let's add some leaves. I'm seeing if these two will look better. No, I think these two look perfectly fine together. I'm gonna fold it. So see, adding a wire to the base of these leaves, they really make it more versatile. And I think I'm gonna just add this one first, and this part and the sprays, and then add this on the top. So, and also the sleeve. Okay, so for this part, given that each of these sprays and the leaves, they have strong thick bases, thick ends, so I'm gonna just add glue here and wait for it to dry a little bit, and simply slide in this one, and then add some glue on the base of my chipboard and add it here. So once this is done, let's add this one as a peak, and here we have this flower which will go inside this, and another one we're gonna add it like this. Okay, so we have a beautiful card coming along here, and let's slant it a little bit. Each and every little detail, it counts. Let's see if we can add this one here. Yeah, it looks pretty. Actually, I'm gonna add the white one here like this, and simple process. I just add a little bit of glue and try to fold it a little, and this completes my look here for the flower. So once this part is done, let me keep these flowers away. What we are going to do next is add a small sentiment here, and for that, what I did, I had this small sentiment which I had simply stuck on a black sheet of paper. I'm just gonna add it in the center like this. You can add any kind of sentiment. Fluff your balloon a little bit in the center so that it falls beautifully, and then simply add this. For this, I'm just going to add hot glue. Be careful with this step because it is a little bit tricky, and what we try to do here is simply gather these edges and try to get the hot glue get stuck on it. Okay, so we have this part ready now. Okay, so our card is beautifully coming along. The next step would be adding some art stones and some glass glitter. So let's do that step, guys. So for that, I'm gonna be using these medium-sized art stones, and we will be using some soft matte gel, and you'll need an embossing tray, which I'll just get it out. So this is an embossing tray. This is where you want your stones to fall. You wouldn't want to waste your stones. And then you'll be also needing these glass glitter. So I'm gonna be using the copper color. So let's get started with that part. Now for this, you will take your soft matte gel, here we have, and take a paintbrush. Let's see if I have a clean one here. So this one is clean, and add this in the corners in a very abstract fashion. Nothing has to be very defined. Just roll your brush like this so that it has a nice uneven touch of gel on it. And then right after that, we have this mega art stone, the medium size art stones, and we'll be putting this. We have 3 sizes in art stones: the large ones, the really tiny ones, and the medium ones. And after this, just maybe it's a little more this side, so I'm gonna just rough it out. And after this art stone thing, I really want to add some glitter while the gel is still wet. So I'll take another embossing tray, take my glass glitter and add it like this. Give it a nice tap. So here we have glitter and art stone mixed together. Let's do this process to another corner. And this would be maybe this one, something like this, and some over here would be nice. Okay, so first we're gonna add some art stones. They give a very nice mixed media effect to the card. And next is going to be our glass glitter. Okay. Once this is done, I wanted to add some more glass glitter on my flowers. So I'm gonna add this soft matte gel on my flower. It is beautiful. Some on my leaves too. And add some more glitter here. Tap it down. So this is how my flower looks. It has a sparkle in it. Looks super pretty. And before I ruin anything, I'm gonna just put this back. Okay. So once this part is done, our card is almost ready. So this is how it looks. I'm gonna pour this back, and if you want to add more definition to the card, I would recommend that. Okay, I need to keep the stones back first because I have spilled a bottle of stones on my craft table, and that created a big problem for me. Okay, so complete the look. I have these butterflies from one of our older collections. I'm just gonna take one of the butterflies and add it to my card. I really love adding butterflies to my projects. They look so pretty. So let's see if you wanna add it this side or this side. Maybe this side would look prettier. So here we have, so this is the card which is ready. Later what you can do, so the tool which I use to put the beads back into the jar, it's called an embossing tray. It's a very common tool. Usually it's used for embossing, like heat embossing, to put the powder back. Helps you preventing the wastage. So here we have, guys, 2 cards ready, and in this one, if you open it, you have you can add it to a plain white base or a black base and also cover the insides. So these are the 2 cards which we have here using the hot air balloon technique. So I hope you guys really enjoyed this live video. If you have any feedback for me, feel free to leave your comments and your feedback below in the comment section, and I hope you all enjoyed it. See you guys next time. We post regularly on our social media beautiful projects. We have a beautiful design team, a very talented design team which is very versatile. So for every product which we have multiple ideas from different design team members. So make sure that you follow us on all our social media. We are on Twitter, we are on Facebook, We are also on Instagram. So thanks guys, and have a wonderful day.